and holding them without an offensive touchdown for the first time all season. If Cortland wants to advance to the second round for a rematch, they're going to have to have a much better performance from their offense, and specifically senior quarterback Ray Miles, who appeared very flustered during last week's contest. Steve, do you think you could tell us a little bit about the Plymouth State Panthers?
Well, thank you, Pete. Some may be wondering, where is Plymouth State and who are they exactly? Well, Plymouth State is located in a small little town of Plymouth in New Hampshire in the New England area. The school has a little over 4,200 graduate students. Now onto the football team we're wondering about. Plymouth State comes in with a record of 10-1 overall with a victory last week over Marine Maritime Academy, 46-16. The Panthers have scored 32 unanswered points to win the NFC Championship game. They were at 5-0 at home and 5-1 on the road. Their only loss came to Mount Ida, 24-7 in a non-conference game on September the 13th. The Panthers are winners of the New England Football Conference, as I mentioned, formerly known as the NEFC. It's Plymouth State's 10th NEFC championship and their first since winning 9 titles in 10 years from 1981 to 1990. It's also the Panthers' first conference title of any kind since sharing the Freedom Football Conference championship in 2001. Now, some key players to mention for the Panthers are senior quarterback John DeMarco. He's played in all 11 games this season, and he's 30 for 72 in passing attempts with 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Might not sound like a lot, but the passing game may not necessarily be a strong suit. But he's had 147 rushes for 668 yards and 12 touchdowns. He's been very lethal in the running game. He has the second most touchdowns scored in the team. Now onto the running game. Senior captain, and he's the tailback, Jeff Mack. He's played in all 11 games this season. He's had 257 carries and rushed for 1,679 yards. He scored 20 touchdowns, and he's averaging 6.5 yards per carry. Sophomore quarterback / wide receiver J.J. Brooks. He's also played in all 11 games. He's had 13 catches and 358 yards receiving, and he scored 3 touchdowns. Another thing to mention is that Brooks is the backup quarterback. He could make an impact if DeMarco goes down. Now onto the defensive side of the ball for the Panthers. Senior linebacker Brian Keenan. He's played in all 11 games this year, and he's had 31 solo tackles. He leads the team with 54 total tackles. We also have sophomore linebacker duo of Brian Castellucci and Steve Campbell. They both are tied for second in total tackles with 49 apiece. The big task for Keenan, Castellucci, and Campbell is going to be, can they stop the Red Dragons' dominant running game behind senior tailback Andrew Giuliano? Now for the secondary. Look for sophomore defensive back Zach Parsons. He leads the team in interceptions with 4. The big key for Parsons is that in the secondary is going to be, can they stop the potent passing attack of Ray Miles and this Red Dragon offense? Can they contain wide receivers Zach Aragno and Eric Canos from making that big play? One last interesting statistic to note on the season for the Panthers. They have rushed for 3,287 yards this season compared to their opponents' 1,266. While the Panthers are passing for 630 yards total this season, their opponents are passing for 1,687 yards. So it's very obvious to note that the Panthers are a team that likes to run the ball and grind it out. They have a tough time stopping the pass. The key for Cortland in this game will be, can they exploit the Panthers' pass defense and be able to stop the run? Pete, can you tell us a little bit about the Cortland State Red Dragons?
Well, yeah, I can. And basically, Steve, for the Cortland Red Dragons, it starts with Ray Miles. I mean, Ray Miles is a senior quarterback. He's been outstanding this year up until last week's game. So far this year, he's thrown for over 2,300 yards and 14 touchdowns. He's been a constant leader on this team. He's a senior, and he's made sure to get all of his wide receivers involved in the game. He can move great within the pocket and usually makes very good decisions, as he's only thrown 4 interceptions at home this year, and the game is at home this weekend. His number 1 and 2 receivers, Eric Hanos and Zach Aragno, have each caught 40 passes this year, and they have a combined 11 touchdowns scored. While Garagno is more of a downfield threat, he can still make plays with his feet like his counterpart Hanos. Another receiving threat for the Red Dragons is tight end Jeffrey Lang. Lang has caught 23 balls for 350 yards this year, and seems to always be the man that Miles looks for to complete a long third down conversion. Lang provides a mismatch against most defenses. He's very quick and very big compared to most linebackers who will be trying to cover him. One player that definitely really stepped up last week when most of the guys didn't and played up to his potential was senior tailback Andrew Giuliano. He's been great all year besides one game, and he's rushed for over 1,300 yards and a school record 21 touchdowns. Cortland coach Dan McNeil really needs to find a way to get him the ball, as he is the playmaker on this team and the catalyst for this Cortland offense. Now let's take a look at the defensive side of the ball. You got their 2 big play defensive ends, Brian Wiley and Ben Nagel. These guys are very quick to the ball. They can pressure the quarterback, and they're very good at making stops. They're helped by their captain linebacker Jim Smith, who has led the team in tackles this year with almost 100 tackles. Him and Brian Haas control the middle of this defense, and they will punish anybody that gets in their way. The secondary has been stellar this year, but in recent weeks they've been hurt by big plays over the middle of the field. Safety Chris Hallen is 3rd on the team in tackles and has the capability to make a bone-crushing hit at any point in the game. If one of the freshman corners, DJ Romano, can regain his high-quality play that he had earlier in the season, it'll be tough for Plymouth State to throw the ball his way. So We heard about Cortland. We heard about Plymouth State, Steve. How do you think they'll fare in this game? What do you think will happen in this game?
Well, I think for Cortland, the big thing is, they were perfect all season, 9-0 in the NJAC Conference, 9-0 overall. I mean, they had no blemishes on the record. It was a lot of pressure coming the last week. How big the Cortland Jug game is on this campus. Ithaca came in and really shocked the Red Dragons. That could be the little hiccup in their season. The key for the Red Dragons is they've seen teams who can dominate in the run game. We know DeMarco, he can't really throw the ball that well. They're going to be handing the ball off to Mac. Cortland's seen this recipe before. They had to stop Montclair State. They had to stop Jeff Bliss. They did it. Even against Brockport, they had to stop Lynch. They did it. I mean, the real key for them is just to stop the run. They've done this before, and if they can stop the run, they can really expose the poor pass defense of Plymouth State, as it shows by the statistics. Can Miles get the ball to Eric Hanos on a big strike play? Can they throw it up to Aragno, as you mentioned? If they get the ground game going to Andrew Giuliano, and Plymouth State can't stop that, it could be a really great game for the Cortland Red Dragons. It could be a good equation for them going into this Saturday.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. Ray Miles, he's had a terrible game last week. We'll see how he returns. He's a senior. You got to figure he's hungry. It's the playoffs. The first time Cortland's been in the playoffs since 2005. I mean, this whole team is ready to play, especially after what happened last week. I think we got a great game in store for us today.
I think it's another good thing to mention on this beautiful Saturday we have here. It's going to be a big deal for these seniors. Do they want to go out on this note, or do they want to continue on, travel and try to get to this Stag Bowl next week? We'll see what happens if they can win this game. We'll see who wins the Ithaca Curry game. We'll see what happens further on. So we'll see what we have, folks. It's going to be a dandy.
Well, we're just about ready to get the kickoff going. It's Division III football, the road to the Stag Bowl here on CSTV. We'll be back with the kickoff. We are just about ready to get the kickoff going here. It's Division III football time from Cortland, New York. We've got the Plymouth State Panthers and the SUNY Cortland Red Dragons. We should have a great matchup, and as you can clearly see by the field, it is snowy, it is blustery. Should make for an interesting ball game, Steve.
Well, as I mentioned, Pete, in the pregame, we're going to have a beautiful day here for football. It's sunny out. The snow has stopped for a little bit. Field is plowed off and ready to play some football. This is what everyone's been waiting for. It's playoff time here. It's going to be a great game.
Well, we take a look at the field conditions, and let's see who has the advantage in a field like this.
To be honest with you, we talked about in the pregame how Plymouth State was such a running team. John DeMarco rushing for so much. They have Jeff Mack. They run the option a lot. This is exactly what they're looking for in the cold weather, but the snow did stop a little, so this gives Cortland's passing attack a chance to air the ball, because in the morning, the weather was so bad we weren't sure if we were going to be able to pass the ball at all. It should be a big running game. It's cold out here. It's going to be tough to get a grip on the ball. We'll see what happens between these two clubs.
Yes, it was snowing very hard this morning. The grounds crew did a great job getting the field cleaned off. Snow subsided a little bit, but we could see some flurries later on in the game. Looks like Cortland will receive the ball to start off this contest. It's Derek Woodard back there deep, along with Joe Lopez.
For Derek Woodard, he has 19 kick returns for 481 yards. He's averaging 25.3 yards per average on this kickoff, and his longest has been a 49-yard run in the kickoff this season.
So Division III playoffs, win 5 in a row, and you are national champs. It all starts right here, and we are underway from SUNY Cortland. It'll be Woodard from the 18, across the 20 up to the 25. Finds a seam and is knocked down at about the 34-yard line, where Ray Miles in the Cortland offense will start.
Great starting position for the Red Dragon offense here early on.
So it'll be Ray Miles trying to rebound from his 3-interception performance last week against Ithaca, and this whole Cortland offense has really got to play better if they want to be in this contest.
17-yard return for Derek Woodard.
They'll give him 17 yards on the return. It'll be Miles under center. Dave Murphy is the fullback. Giuliano in the backfield. Garagno to the left and Hanos wide right. And the snow's starting to pick up again just as the game starts. It's Giuliano to the right side. And he gets about 4 or 5 before he's wrapped up by